What's up, sad boys? How are we doing? This video is gonna be a quick one and a fast one because I don't really want to talk about it for too long. It seems that Machine Gun Kelly has released a new album. 16 songs. 16 f***ing songs. See how Machine Gun Kelly improved in his second offering of punk or pop or emo bullshit.
Yeah. Part 1, why is it so hard to live? Part 2, I shouldn't have done what.
Born with horns, devil horns, because he's the devil. I like that there's a little more energy in this song right off the bat. It feels like he's actually trying to put in an effort, though I honestly can't help but just hear Blink-182. I can't help but just hear Mark Hoppus singing and Travis Barker's drums and the way the guitars sound and just think, oh, this is more Blink-182. But instead of going to their Enema or Take Off Your Pants and Jacket era, it seems Machine Gun Kelly is pulling from more of their Neighborhoods era with this beginning song. Part 1, why is it so hard to live? Part 2, I shouldn't have done what I did. Part 3, everyone left me alone. Part 4, I don't want to live anymore. Huh, huh, huh. So sad, so introspective, so emo. He's really hitting those fucking... It does kind of disgust me, this suicidal set dressing in order to sound authentic, to sound punk, to sound emotional, to sound like whatever the fuck Machine Gun Kelly feels like the emotion he's trying to get off is supposed to be. I don't really like using suicidal ideation as kind of a cute Instagram filter to put over your music so that the sad, lonely, up kids can relate to it. It's like in the early 2000s, how every single metal alternative rock band sang about abusive homes. This is a broken home, because that is a lot what us individual children were feeling, and hearing music that reflected that emotion that children were dealing with from an adult point of view really makes you feel like you are being listened to, makes you feel like you're not alone in the world, regardless of how genuine it is. So it kind of hurts my heart. It makes me a little sad to hear something that is so mechanically created in a lab to be the most perfect sounding pop punk. It makes me a little sad that something this disingenuinely created will get swept up by these kids who need that connection. Why people connected to Good Charlotte, even though I feel like their music comes off extremely fake, there is still a connection because they're at least speaking towards an emotion that you may actually feel within you. I just hope that this is a gateway to more connective bands, a gateway to emo that actually speaks true to the emotions they're talking about. I'd rather be a freak than someone's puppet. Release your leash. I don't belong in the circus. Buddy, I don't know if you're a puppet, but you do seem to just kind of play whatever music is put in front of you. Doesn't really seem like you have an artistic direction, an artistic idea. Wouldn't there be a little more of a creative push, and I wouldn't automatically think, oh, another band is playing? That's just the opener. It's just a simple, easy opener. I'm not throwing tomatoes at him. I'm not trying to put the dude down. He's a fucking mainstream sellout, and that is his thing, all right? Don't call him a sellout, because he's calling himself that, you sellout. He's the real punk, you dumb fake idiot punks. He's not wearing comfortable shoes. He's wearing Doc Martens. Those aren't comfy.
God save me, I'm fucked up.
This is a lot more of what I expect. This is a lot more what he was providing on his first album. That same fucking drum beat.
16 years old, kicked out the
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 gives you just enough of a bounce without being anything too difficult to sing over. And the guitaring being that very Cure-like guitar, that Robert Smith undistorted delayed guitar. Not too intrusive, not too punk. Don't want to get your heart rushing too fast. You might feel something. I miss when like shitty punk bands at least played good fucking music. Look at the most simple, stripped down punk bands, the fucking best of the best. Look at Pennywise, Bad Religion, bouncing souls. All their songs ostensibly kind of sound the same. All their records have sort of the same tone, but they're such good musicians in crafting songs that just hit fast, heavy every single time, instantly recognizable with vocals that are socially conscious enough and worldly enough to make you feel like you are being brought into something bigger than yourself without feeling like it's so unobtainable that you will never be able to understand. And sure, Machine Gun Kelly could be singing about something very true. It could be something very emotional to him. And if he is trying to open up, if he is trying to be honest about his life, his situations, where he comes from, who he is, then I respect him for that. It's just, to me, with the music being played, with the production that's being played, with how his voice is produced, with how it's mixed, feels like a calculated decision to try and make you feel like you are listening to something with real emotion. I'm fucked up, ignoring my problems. You die, you're iconic, more plaques for their office. I like music where you acknowledge your hopelessness, you acknowledge that you're fucked up, that you have faults, that you have issues, that you have problems, but you take all that and you try to look for solutions. You try to better yourself. What Machine Gun Kelly's music has always said to me is, I'm fucked up. I have fucked up shit going on, and that's where it stops. There's no further inspection of what he could do, what the people around him do, what he can change or grow or think about, or how he would approach the world in the future. Aesthetics of smiling for the camera, breakups are entertainment, because you are a fucking celebrity, you my mental imbalance mixed with the drugs create me. There's nothing in the music that like condemns this or says that this is harmful. It almost feels like a state to aspire to. Like if you're a child, you're like, shit, I am fucked up. Maybe I should take drugs. I know that when I was in high school, when I was a teenager, there's this anxiety and insecurity that comes with the feelings of depression, with feeling like you do have a mental imbalance, but there isn't really anything diagnosable, but you still have these intrusive, invasive thoughts. You should still get therapy. You should still seek psychiatric, psychological help. But as a person, you almost feel like you should have something wrong with you. You should have something fucked up with you. So maybe you take drugs. Maybe you look towards substance. So you have that like quality about you, that like danger quality that you can almost blame back up to, point at and say, hey, I'm not to blame. Like my video on modern baseball. If you would like to hear my thoughts about the real emo, if you would like an actual discussion what actual emo music sounds like and what it does to the heart, the mind, and the soul, please check out my modern baseball retrospective review, and I will scream about Machine Gun Kelly until the end of time if it means I can also bring eyes to the emo that actually means something, and not to try and prop yourself up as some fucking sad boy emo god. He has such a limited range of what he can sing that every chorus ends up sounding the same. You can do that in trap, you can do that with your rap, because there isn't really anything required of you to go big, feel more energetic than it is. But when you're the lead singer of a pop punk band, it is all on you to bring that energy, to bring that youthful joy that comes with pop punk. But for some reason, the only mode he can go into is like lifelong chain smoker that can't fucking get words out. I guess what I struggle with, what I think about, if you are such a big artist, a name that people know, but the music you make is kind of crap. If you're kind of bad at what you do, but everyone knows you, there has to be a reason. So I must question if Machine Gun Kelly is a name that I hear and I continue to hear, even though I ignore almost all mainstream pop music. If it is a name that I know and a name that's being propped up like a good representation of the scene, like finally pop punk is back, baby, and here it is, but the music itself is hollow and kind of shit. The writing, the guitars, the drum, there's nothing special about any ounce of it, that I have to wonder myself, why is it a name that I hear? And they usually achieve that because someone somewhere wants them to be in the spotlight, and they are either paying or using their connections to prop that individual up. I just have to wonder why. Do we just not have any other emo, gothy, darkly aesthetical persons to represent the scene? What is Youngblood doing? Is Youngblood busy? Is this our American Youngblood? Is this what we get? I know Avril Lavigne has been propped up as some sort of sane queen hero when she has never made scene music. She has never made emo music. She makes alternative rock tracks. It's just like, I don't understand the facade, the veneer of what we're supposed to think is punk, what we're supposed to take as pop punk, versus what we can clearly recognize is the genre, is the sound. You listen to Free Throw, you listen to any band with actual musicians in it, and this sounds like the most simplistic Fisher Price bullshit to ever exist. And I've been softer on Machine Gun Kelly before. I've given him chances in his music before. We get to his second big rock release, and he puts 16 songs on here. Doesn't even have the fucking energy to capitalize any of them. We have very cool scene connections like Bring Me Horizon, Lil Wayne, Black Bear, Willow Smith, Lil Wayne again, industry name celebrity connections to legitimize our album. I'm being an asshole. I get it. Some people are going to connect to this. Machine Gun Kelly saved your life, and if he did, then I'm glad. I just hope that you can discover, grow, change as a music listener, and then we can find the true connections and look past all this fucking propped up cardboard cutout bullshit. I don't want to be the gatekeeper of emo, but dog, this ain't it. Emo Girl is not actually a song about an emo girl. It's just a song describing someone that Machine Gun Kelly saw on Tumblr under the emo hashtag. So I personally just wanted to take 10 minutes out of my day to shit on this man and his career, and also plug my video of modern baseball. And in that sense, I think I did it. So you're welcome. I love you. Have a good day. Listen to some good shit. Don't fucking listen to mainstream Sellout. What's gonna bug me is a couple of these songs are gonna be catchy enough to get stuck in my head. Like Emo Girl has gotten stuck in my head because that Willow part is so fucking good.
She puts the eyeliner on her dark skin. She tells me lies, but she knows all the
Her vocals. Oh, so Willow, I fucking love you. Machine Gun Kelly, suck my d. Catch you on the flip side. Stay sweaty, stay bossy. Bye.